Good morning, everyone. Welcome to one of the most iconic WRC events on the calendar. Welcome to Rally Finland. I'm Bex Williams, ready to talk you through Shakedown Run 1. Alongside me is Mike Chen this morning, and here are our championship leaders ready to go. The atmosphere's been building for the past few days here in the heart of Jyväskylä, and I think everyone is more than ready to get this super fast event up and running. On your screen are the championship standings. As you can see, it's pretty spicy right at the top of the table. The gaps are small, and we're looking forward to this weekend. Chenny, how are you doing?
Very well, Bexy. As you said, looking forward to this weekend. It's I think it's the one we've all been waiting for, hasn't it? They call it the Grand Prix on gravel, and that's about to become we're about to see the reason why. It will become apparent. It's a hell of a place. So many rally cars have graced these forests over the years, and so many legends of our sport as well, so it's a very, very special place to go rallying.
It really is, and we're kicking off with part of the Linnamäe stage, reverse from what we'll see during the event. It's a big job for all of the drivers out there, super commitment, as we've seen from already some super fast events on the calendar. Latvia just a couple of weeks ago, and Poland before. But Thierry Neuville, he really wants to keep hold of his championship lead right now. And he's been doing some rain dancing, Chenny.
Yeah, absolutely. There has been that's classic straight away, like 40 seconds into the stage. It's classic Rally Finland, isn't it? And this is actually the end of Linnamäe being run in reverse. But straight away, you're just into those really fast flowing stages and then jumps. And that makes the setup of the car so difficult here, because you want the car, ideally in the really fast flowing sections, you'd want the car low. You wouldn't have to, because there's actually reasonable grip here, you don't have to run the ride height so high, but then suddenly you come across a jump at 150, 160 kilometers an hour, so you can't set it's all about compromise in terms of setup and everything else. And for Thierry Neuville, of course, opening the road too, so and it will clean, not as much as a traditional really dusty dry gravel rally will, but it will clean. He will be at a disadvantage. Remember, this man's been leading the championship for so long, but he's only taken one win, and that came at Monte Carlo right at the start of the year.
Yeah, it's a long time ago since he was right on the top step of the podium, and he said earlier, in the midpoint of the season, these super fast events, he feels they don't suit him. You can see the sign there for the virtual chicane. Mandatory here at Shakedown, so basically they have to slow to reach 60 kilometers per hour, then accelerate away once they get the green light within the car to show them they've hit that target speed and move on. And it was, you saw that, it was all very simple, very quick.
Yeah, it's basically just to try and make things more fair where there would be a traditional chicane. We've seen in the past lots of drivers going through the bales, and some of them have been clipping the bales and moving them, which then opens up the gap for other drivers coming through, and the stage then naturally becomes quicker as Thierry finishes the stage in the air. But yeah, the idea is between those 200 meters, you have to slow down, jump on the brakes. There's a little screen in the Hyundai. It's just in the middle of the car, down towards the bottom. You'll see it again. We'll ride on board with Ogier Tanak, I'm sure. But you hit the brakes when you get down to a certain speed. The screen goes green, and then you're off again.
Yeah, and we will have a virtual chicane in action within the rally this weekend, within the Olympia stage. Right, Ogier Tanak, second in the championship. And whenever he's been in Finland, it's been pretty special. He's already got 3 wins under his belt. And the last win here was something like we've never seen before. He drove the doors off the car to achieve it. I think, in the championship itself right now, Chenny, it is, as I mentioned at the top, it's pretty spicy. It's so close. And he is a man on a mission at the moment, Ogier Tanak.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's these sorts of stages that really suit him, Bex. For me, the only thing that's going against Ogier Tanak this weekend is road position. But if it rains, if we do see that rain, that moisture, that might actually help him. Here you go, that's just the countdown now to the virtual chicane. You saw the 200-meter board, the 100-meter board, now virtual chicane, and he can pick his position anywhere he likes. He goes stomped on the brakes. The bottom of your screen, there you go, just gone green, and now he knows he's hit the target speed, and straight away you bury the throttle and get out of there. And you've also got to be smart about where you choose to do it, because if you're going, if straight after the virtual chicane there is a braking zone, then maybe you want to run it all the way down to the last minute to hit the brakes so that you're not accelerating and then on the brakes accelerating again. You've got to be clever about how you go about choosing your braking position within that 200 meters.
So you can see Neville's time at 2:19.5.
So much mad air time at the end of that, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's 1.1 seconds faster than for Oit and Martin on run 1 of Shakedown this morning. Welcome along to Rally Finland, everyone. We kick off with our first stage a little bit later on this evening in the heart of Jyväskylä. The man that's got 2 wins on the board here in Finland. It's a special one to win. It's one that all the drivers want to get the trophy for. Rally Finland being one of the legendary classic events.
It was that right-hander where we saw Thierry Neuville just running a little bit wide. He wasn't able to get the car turned in and just dropped off the apex in the corner. And again, that's just be indicative of road cleaning straight away. You just start to get better grip. See already the rocks getting pulled out. That's just from 2 cars. Again, because we've had this moisture, the ground is just that little bit softer, so it's more susceptible to getting torn up a little bit more, to releasing those rocks that are buried. You don't have that harder, compacted ground. It's still good. We see Elvin taking on the virtual chicane. It's still good grip. It's still a good base. Rally Finland always is, but just running a little bit wide there as well. But yeah, because of that moisture, it just softens the ground up. Let's hear from Oit.
Oit, good morning. Now second in the championship. How excited are you about this weekend? It's given you so much success in the past.
Yes, and same time it's a very challenging one as well. We can drive here as much as we want, it never gets easier. It's always a huge challenge to come in Finland. Yeah, you can drive in Estonia, Latvia, Poland. They are all kind of different, but here you have no margin and technical and fast at the same time. So yeah, here let's say the ultimate precision is needed.
Great lines from Oit Tanak. They're describing everything the Rally Finland is about. You're needing the ultimate precision. You know, there's no margin for error out there. Sebastian Ogier and Vincent Londe now.
I think the one thing about Finland is it does require. Well, let's hear from Elvin first.
Elvin, good morning. Our most recent winner of this event. Tell us a bit about this year's route, especially with the return of Onimpoja.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice rally. Looking forward to it, obviously. Looks like maybe it could be quite low grip condition, but you know, that'll be similar for everyone, so let's see.
Going for the win this weekend?
Like always, yeah, of course we want to do the best possible. I think the weather probably helps us a bit to make that a bit more realistic, so definitely want to enjoy the weekend and target the best we can.
He's had the ultimate success here twice. He knows what it means to put it on the top step of the podium. So does Sebastian Ogier. 1 win in Finland, but crucially, on every event he's been on this year for the team, he's been on the podium. Jenny, super consistent.
Yeah, that's what it requires, isn't it, at this level? You know, go see Sebastian Ogier just running that virtual chicane right up to the last bit. But yeah, 100%, it is all about being consistent. Just coming back to what Oit Tanak was saying and what you were talking about there about margins for error. I think this is slightly different from Latvia and places like that, where it was so fine between the trees. If you made a mistake there, you were off the road, you were hitting something. In Finland, because the roads are so fast and so flowing, they're a little bit wider as well, so you've got a bit more space to play with. The difference is, if you're dropping off apex to corners, if you're running wide, you're leaving half a second here, half a second there. At this level, you can't afford to do that. We've seen drivers just getting away from the apex and leaving just a few tenths in a stage, and that's been the difference when they get to the end. The margins are so fine now.
Sebastian Ogier sets the fastest time out there, then with a 2:16.6 on run 1. Welcome along, everyone. Wherever you're watching around the world, make sure that you've got nothing in the calendar for this weekend, because Rally Finland, every single stage is what you're going to watch.
Seb, good morning. Quickest through Shakedown so far. It's been a while since you were here in Finland. How does it feel to be back?
Sorry, yeah,
cars are loud, aren't they?
I don't hear you, sorry.
I'm just saying you're fastest so far. How does it feel to be back in Finland? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm very excited. A lot of nice stages. Pajari is back in a full version, more or less. So it's a lot of beautiful stages to drive, so I'm looking forward to it.
You mentioned Pajari. What is it going to be like to drive through there?
It's always something magical. Like, it's the biggest roller coaster you can drive with a rally car, so it should be good fun.
Everybody was talking about Pajari last night, including this man, Adrian Formeau. Really keen to get to grips with the almost 33 Ks of Pajari. But I have to say, Pajari aside, there are some classic stages this year at Rally Finland. You're going to see them everywhere. Mahimpa, Ruumäki that we're on now.
Ruumäki is one of my favourite stages ever. It's unbelievable stretch of road, but yeah, Pajari is its own legend in its own right, isn't it? And over the years, there's been so many legends of the sport driving along that stretch of road. Every car, every rally car imaginable have been up and down there, but it's very special this year in that the Rally 1 cars will be taking on that stretch of road, and I'm sure, Bex, these are the fastest World Rally cars we've ever had. So records potentially going to be broken. Adrian landing very heavily on the nose of that car there.
3 podiums for Formeau this season, and he would love to get one at this classic event. Our reigning world champions now, Kalle Rovanperä, Jone Halttunen.
Just looking at, there you go, that's the damage to the front splitter already. You've got to be so careful because you need the aero here. So it just makes one heavy landing like that. You take the splitter off, then you're compromised for potentially the rest of a loop. So Adrian just needs to think about that.
That was a massive jump over there. Did you plan to do that?
To be fair, I didn't expect the car to land on the nose. Normally it's flying a bit more flat, but anyway. We just had a call from the Air Forces. There was a non-identified vehicle in the air, so... But it's okay, it was only us.
It's okay, no need to worry, boys. It's only Adrian Formeau flying through the air.
This is already cleaning, Bex, and I do think that this is going to be a disadvantage throughout the weekend, obviously to Thierry Neuville and Tanak, but it just comes back to what Elvin Evans was saying, that it looks like it's going to be low grip as a result of all that moisture we've had, and I do think it's going to play into the hands of this man, Kalle Rovanperä, and people that are running later. There will be a sweet spot in the stage as well, where it gets quicker and then starts to slow down again. We don't see the big traditional ruts that you'll get in places like Sardinia or Portugal. It really ruts up. It doesn't tend to do that so much in Finland, but you will get those smaller ruts appearing. As I said, there will be a sweet spot.
Kalle Rovanperä, Jone Halttunen are double Finnish world champions, but they've yet to win their home event here at Rally Finland.
Give it a few days.
I know, you wouldn't bet against them this weekend, would you?
It's such a mad jump at the end of this stage, isn't it? And we've seen so many great photographs from there. I saw one of Craig Breen just the other day, and he's just like soaring through the air. Like it's an incredible way to bring this stage to an end.
Switch out to Taka Katsuta and Aaron Johnston now. Well, we hear from Kalle.
Kalle, huomenta. It's finally time for your home rally, but it's one that you have never won before. How determined are you to get that win here? Nice hat, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. It's really cool to be in the home rally finally. It's the highlight of the season for sure, so yeah, it's not gonna be an easy one, and we are missing a good result from here, so that's gonna be the plan for this weekend for sure.
He is some boy, isn't he? He is some boy. How does he keep a straight face when
I don't know.
having the crack like that? It's great.
And the sunglasses. not a drop of sunshine in the sky right now. Okay, Taka Katsuta, Aaron Johnston, they were on the podium here in Finland last year.
I think what we've seen so far this year, Bex, is that on the technical rallies, Hyundai have been, for me at least, Hyundai have had the advantage. The car is working really well in the darty stuff where you need the car to be really pointy, but on the faster flowing sections, or rallies rather, the Toyota's working very, very well. And you'd have to say, based on history and the fact that, you know, these cars are built just down the road, really, and they've been developed on these roads, that the advantage would perhaps sway towards Toyota. That being said, the Hyundai has taken massive strides forward, and they've got, again, just landing on the nose of the car there, and they've got a bloke called Tanak hooning one of their cars around, and there's no better man to, as you said, to drive the door handles off a car on a really fast, committed stage. So I think it's going to be so close this weekend. And then, of course, there's this fella.
Throw in some more Finns, shall we? Esapekka Lappi and Janne Fern. Of course, their first ever WRC victory came at home for them in Rally Finland in 2017. Let's catch up with Taka, though.
Taka, huomenta, it's time for your second home rally. That was a pretty big jump at the end. Taka Airlines is back in business.
Yeah, for sure I need to jump a lot of the jumps in here, so yeah, quite okay. Quite sleepy some places, but for sure I try to push, so it'll be fun.
What are you targeting this weekend?
Yeah, longest jump every jumps. This is the target.
I think he's not putting too much pressure on himself at the moment. It all kick-starts later on today, remember, with the opening stage of the rally.
I really, sorry Bex, I really hope EP goes well this weekend. He needs a strong result, you know, the luck just hasn't been there. The pace, the natural pace in him is there. We know the Hyundai is good. This is a real opportunity for him, you know, this weekend. Road position is in his favour. The car's working well, and he knows these roads well. He's won the rally before. He needs a good result. You can see people just opting to use the virtual chicane in different places. Some are running right up to the board at the very, very end, and some are jumping on the brakes just that little bit earlier. But there is a bit of strategy involved in it.
There is. I mean, we saw it last week at the ERC event in Rome. It's been running a virtual chicane for 2 years now, and there are definitely different strategies of doing it. But most of the drivers, majority, were taking it right to the end before they slow down to reach the target speed. And that's EP through, just 4/10 off the pace of Rovanperä. Have to say, it is always a big weekend for the Finnish drivers here. You know, the atmosphere in Jyväskylä it's electric, and for all of those drivers who are doing this event for the first time, and I spoke to a lot of them at the ceremonial start last night, they cannot stop smiling. It's just one of those magical events on the championship calendar. The speeds, the fact you're in the home of rallying.
EP, huomenta. We're all hoping that you're going to find that good feeling with the car this weekend. Is it there already on Shakedown?
Well, it was not too bad. But I thought on the last rally as well that the feeling is fine, so cannot really trust for that. But yeah, fairly. I don't know what everyone has said, but it felt a bit slippery. But yeah, the handling is okay.
Tell us a bit about your excitement over the route with the return of Linnamäe.
Top. Really cool stage.
Yeah, you're going to hear that a lot this weekend. I think that was the most mentioned thing at the ceremonial start last night, was the fact that Linnamäe is back. And you'll just see how magical it is when it runs this weekend. Grégoire Munster then, first time for him in a Rally 1 car in Finland, so this is going to be quite the experience. Not a first for him this year, but this one in particular, I think, is a bit of a game changer. There's quite a few drivers that said to me last night, you change as a driver once you've done Rally Finland. Just become a bit more confident. It affects you here. That was a great line.
Just coming back to what we saw with Grégoire's teammate Adrian Fourmeau when he pulled the front splitter off the car. You've got to be so careful here, Bex, because it's so fast. You rely on the aero of the car massively. So there's so many jumps in this rally, or yumps as they call them here. And if you have one nose-heavy landing and pull the splitter off the car, you're massively affected. Excuse me, we've seen it on many rallies, where drivers haven't had the front splitter on the car and they're getting bags of understeer where they just can't get the car turned in. That's because the whole front of the car is now gaping and just sucking all this air in underneath it. And in simple terms, it's lifting the car up and you're just getting that understeer. On a rally as fast as this, you're relying on aero massively.
Greg, good morning. This rally, this car, how exciting is it?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. With the Shakedown, it's only just a small taste of what it's going to be like. So, yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Give us a taste of what it's going to be like.
Yeah, it's difficult to say. Like I said, here you have some big jumps already, but not so much of the very fast corners where you need to commit. So that will be a discovery for tomorrow. Thank you.
Now, Sami Pajari, Eni Malkinen, their first ever event in the Rally 1 Hybrid with Toyota. Slowing down for the virtual chicane here. What an opportunity for Sami Pajari. He's so excited, they both are. It's a huge step up, and on his home event as well.
Just running a little bit wide through there, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a massive opportunity for Sami. And look, the one thing I don't want to do, and we've got to be careful not to do, is compare him with Martin Sesks with what he did in the car, because there's two very different trajectories here. Sami's strategy isn't to go out and go flat out all the time and prove what I can do in a Rally 1 car. It's get seat time. There's a longer term plan here for Sami. So, his job this weekend is to get a bit of seat time, keep that car straight, don't bend it, and enjoy himself and get it to the end of the rally. And you can see already, Bex, 1.7 seconds off the pace, and he's just had a lot of fun this morning.
Yeah, already huge smiles in the cars, which is good to see. Our championship leader in WRC2 now, Oliver Solberg, Elliot Edmondson. Let's hear from Sami Pajari, though. How did that feel this morning?
Sami, huomenta. This is very cool. Look at the two of you in the Rally 1 car. How much did you smile through that first pass of Shakedown?
Quite a lot. It's just really, really amazing, and yeah, I still need to work on to make the driving more clean and more clean, and just have a better flow. But I mean, still we are enjoying a lot, and it's just the best thing what you can do.
How much at home do you feel in this car already?
Already a bit, but it's still a lot of learning for sure still to do. But it's still okay. The competition is so high that the comparison is a bit silly to do in the first place. But I mean, still we are enjoying, and I think the let's say the improvement will come.
He's a happy man, and he should be. Now, Oliver Solberg was quickest in the category last year, of course. Just slowing down for the virtual chicane. You can hear Elliot just saying, okay, you can go again.
He had a couple of bites of the cherry there, didn't he? He was on the brakes, thought it was okay, then got back on the throttle and it wasn't, so had to get out of it again. You've just got to make it one clean process. You can't afford to be leaving time in there. But at the same time, it's so frustrating because it's the most unnatural thing to do for a driver to just be stomping on the brakes in a straight line, waiting for a screen to go green before you're allowed to get going again.
225.3 for Oliver. Our championship leader in the WRC2 category coming in here, of course, after great success in Latvia at the last event. It's Johan Rossel and Florian Barral, new co-driver alongside Johan for this weekend, for the rest of the season. They're not scoring points in the WRC2 category this time around.
Oliver, good morning. Off the back of a great win in Latvia, you're smiling. You like being here in Finland, don't you?
No, but it's amazing. It's such an iconic stage. I've never done it before, so it's so cool with the big jumps, and you really wake up in the morning. But pretty slippery. I was surprised, but yeah, it's okay. And I struggled a bit with the virtual chicane. You have to focus on everything else than the driving to get the speed correct. It's a bit weird, but okay.
What was Reki like through Onimpoja?
Incredible. I've never done Linnamäe either. And when you look at my dad's onboard 100 million times, and then you see the stage in real life, it's big respect.
Only 100 million times? I'm sure Petter has made you watch it more than that, Oliver. It's going to be great to see another Solberg name on the own employer stage this year, though.
Yeah, it's mad to think that Oliver's never done Ruamaki before or employer, so he's gonna have a lot of fun this weekend. Again, just referring to that virtual chicane, that it's just an unnatural thing to do. We heard him on the brakes and then get off and then get going again. So, but if you're gonna learn it, if you're gonna make those mistakes, a strong word, it's not a mistake, but if you're good, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't a clean process. Shakedown's the place to do it, you know, because there will be, just getting a little bit over rotated there for Johan Rossel, but Shakedown's the place to do it. There will be appearing in the rally, so that's where you want to be getting that absolutely right. You know, Bex, as well, these stages, as I said, there's going to be a sweet spot where they're at their peak, they're at their quickest, and the way that they are starting to cut up a little bit and they are a little bit slippy, I think, you know, really we are just 3 or 4 cars in and that's your lot, and then it starts to actually deteriorate and starts to go away from you. This might work in favour of, in places, certainly of the likes of Oit, Tanak, Elvin Evans, Sebastian Ogier. And I think as well, every stage is going to be different because the showers have been quite localised in different places.
It's a very good point. We'll talk about the weather in a moment.
Great to see you back. It's time for Rally Finland. What was it like on the recce? Give us an impression.
My impression is always impressive when you come back here. It's not a natural road for me, but we are here for work and for close the gap. Let's see. For sure the recce was not easy, a lot of muddy section, but I think it's the same for all.
Now with Nikolai Gryazin, another driver not electing to score points within the WRC2 category.
Just look at his eyes, Bex, how little he'll blink. You're so concentrated on what's going on. There he's there, that's him down looking at the virtual chicane screen and then getting going again. So you actually have to take your eyes off the road a little bit to monitor that screen. Either the driver or the co-driver will be doing it. We've heard co-drivers saying, yeah, you're all right, okay, carry on. And some drivers would prefer to do it themselves, but just, yeah, look at the concentration on Nikolai's face. You go into this a complete different mental mindset, and suddenly you blink once or twice a minute, and that's it.
We have a huge, I love the fact that Constantine, they haven't finished yet, but he's put the notebook down. Brace for the jump.
Constantine looked a bit perturbed by that, didn't he? I think as well, he's looking down at the notes, says finish, looks up, and then the next thing he sees is just this big kicker coming towards him, and they are in the air. And as a co-driver as well, you've got to prepare for the jumps, because if you're not on landing, we've seen it in the past, you can get winded. So that's another thing that all the co-drivers are preparing for. Let's hear from Nikolai.
Yes. I watched the videos of the WRC cars, and for sure they have more aerodynamics than we are. I was not expecting that high, but okay, we did it in the last years, and I know that it's possible to go fast. But anyway, just in the morning when it's Shakedown first pass, you need a reason to do this.
Jan Solens in the stage now, and a win at Rally Portugal for him in the WRC2 category earlier this year. He followed that up at the next event with a podium. Lauri Junna now and Jani Hussi. The focus before they head into run one of Shakedown, which is what you join us here for, ahead of a huge event at Rally Finland. He also picked up a podium position at Rally Portugal earlier this year in third.
It's a great onboard camera angle. You can just see Larry hooking gears, but also where he's just using the handbrake to get the car rotated, and those tighter corners, and then you've just got to, this is classic Rally Finland, jump after jump after jump, and you have to have the car positioned perfectly, Bex, because it's not just, you're not now just thinking about the landing, you're thinking about where you are for the next jump that's coming straight away. So these are all the things that the drivers and co-drivers are discussing and preparing for in the recce.
Solan's at the stage end then. Let's catch up with him with Molly Pettit, who's asking the questions for us.
Yeah, and good morning. Already a smile on your face. A fun stage to start with.
Yeah, it's a very fun stage, a lot of jumps. Just to get in touch with the rally, I think that we will have a lot of fun. I will try to build my speed because it's my first time here with the Rally 2 on a fast gravel event, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah, he's elected not to pick up points for that very reason. First time here in Finland.
I think that's wise as well, Bex, because I mean, you well know it's about, this place is all about experience, isn't it? And you know, the word commitment is going to get used a lot this weekend because it's one of those rallies that requires complete commitment. But if you haven't got the experience of the place, you can't apply that commitment.
Okay, so we're into the start of the virtual chicane here. You see Lowry slowing, he reaches the speed threshold and on the accelerator again, and off he goes. There are a total of 20 stages here this weekend. 305 competitive kilometres. And the weather is a bit changeable, isn't it? We've seen a lot of rain in the past few days. You can see, you know, the effect it's had on the stage this morning, and more showers kind of moving in and around the rally during the weekend. Could be very localised.
We got a yeehaw at the start of that as well, didn't we? That was class.
Love it. That's a brilliant reaction. Best reaction over the jump so far.
I want to see that from the face angle again.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be great.
I think that would be fantastic.
You'll just see, these eyes will just grow as they're going over the jump.
Brilliant stuff. Georg Linnamäe now and James Morgan. Let's hear from Larry Una.
Larry, I think all I'm going to say is yeah.
Yeah, that describes my feeling now. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing to be here. Yeah, I think we try to enjoy the weekend and drive as fast as we can. So yeah, and enjoy.
How big is the support for the home rally?
Yeah, of course, there was so many people on the road and I mean on the forest, and yeah, I think that gives us like a super boost. So we try to use it.
I wish we could bottle some of that man's positivity, because he's always smiling. Even when stuff's not going his way, he's looking for a positive in situations, and it's so good. And as he said, Bex, it's just everything about this place is electric. The fans, the stages, it's just all of the ingredients for an unbelievable weekend's motorsport. And I'm very much looking forward to sitting in the commentary box with you and commentating on these stages, because it is such a class event. This is, you know, you think in Formula One of Monaco, and you think of Le Mans in endurance racing. Well, Finland is ours in the World Rally Championship, and in do you know what? And in motorsport as a whole.
Georg Linnamäe, a few weeks ago at his home event in Estonia as part of the ERC, won the event and won it on the final stage. It was an epic battle all weekend, but he pulled out the goods on the last stage of the event. Oh, nose heavy on the dive there, though, over the jump.
Just got to be aware of that. I mean, I think it actually looks a little bit worse from the onboard camera.
Yeah, maybe.
But you just got to be aware that you're just not pulling the front off the car.
He is going to be one to watch this weekend.
You can see a bit of damage to that splitter. Now, these cars don't rely on aero quite as much as the Rally 1 cars do, but still, you just got to be careful.
Georg, good morning. You must be full of confidence. It looked like it over the jump, and after that win in ERC Estonia, how are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, feeling quite good. Yeah, we tried to make a big jump just to see how the car is over the longer, bigger ones. But yeah, feeling is good, and hopefully we can do well.
And how was the car over the big jump?
It seems to be landing on its nose a bit, so we need to be a bit careful over the rally. But no, we'll have some fun.
You certainly will. We all will. Now, stage classification for run 1 of Shakedown then. Rovanperä with the fastest time of a 2:17.2, with Lappi 0.4 of a second behind that. Then Katsuta, Tanak and Pajari, Neuville and Formeau. Then we have Solberg, the fastest of the WRC2 drivers through. Then we have Munster slotted in. You can see at the bottom, Evans and Ogier with a penalty on the board for incorrect procedure at the virtual chicane, we believe. More on that a little bit later, though. But that is what it looks like through the run 1 of Shakedown. Plenty more runs of Shakedown to go, of course, and the opening stage coming a little bit later on. But that's how it stands here at Rally Finland. Let's head into Service Park now then. Who is in service?
It's me, Bex. Who else would it be? All right, well, welcome to Jyväskylä. Welcome to the packed service park already. What a weekend we have in store. As you've just been watching Shakedown run through, but we didn't get to hear from Thierry Neuville, so let's listen in to his end of Shakedown interview just quickly.
Thierry, good morning. Our championship leader, but only by 8 points. How challenging is the weekend going to be? It looks like the weather is also on your side this weekend.
Yeah, we have to see. I mean, it's an exciting weekend ahead. I'm looking forward. I hope we get a good feeling. It wasn't there yet this morning. It's tricky conditions, but we have some time now to work on the car and see if we can improve something.
Those words sum it up, an exciting weekend ahead. Some of the old classics back with us as well. But as we look ahead to 2025, the new calendar was released last night, and that is certainly exciting as well. You can see some of our old favourites joined by some new exciting additions. So Monte Carlo, Sweden and Kenya in the same time frame as we've seen this season. Then Rally Islas Canarias joining us in April. Back to Portugal, Sardinia, Greece, Estonia joining us back. Then we're back here in Finland, same time as this year. Then you'll see the new additions coming in. Rally Paraguay joining us at the end of August. Back to Chile, Central Europe, an old favourite now as we head there again in just a few months' time. Then it's back to Japan, and then you'll see another edition for us of Rally Saudi Arabia rounding out the season. So what is on your screens is the 2025 global adventure that is the World Rally Championship. So there is a lot to look forward to next year, but there is a lot to look forward to this weekend as well. What's coming up in terms of the next 4 days? We've got super special stages, we've got classic stages, but when are they coming? Let's have a look at the exact time so you can plan to do nothing but stick with us all weekend. Okay, so let's just have a look tonight. We will have our super special stage just to kick things off, just to get things motoring. And then Friday, it's 8 till 9:15, stage 2 till 10. Then Saturday, it's 9 till 8, stages 11 to 16. And then Sunday, 8:45 to 3 o'clock, stages 17 to 20. That includes the Wolf Power stage there. So it is a big weekend of rallying, just over the 300 kilometers of Rally Finland. All right, well, we've seen what's in store in terms of jumps already. Expect lots of high-paced jumps. And Larry Eunice certainly enjoyed his Shakedown adventure. Sums up Rally Finland, we feel. And that's just Shakedown for a taste. The jumps are going to get bigger and faster throughout the weekend. So that smile, I'm pretty sure, will be on their faces all weekend. Okay, well, the first of the stages coming up for you, as we said, this evening. So make sure you join us for that. But until then, it is goodbye from the service park. We'll see you this evening.